Hugs for Daddy.
Hugs for Daddy.
My daddy.
My daddy.
My daddy is my hero.
My daddy is my hero.
He has a very special job.
He has a very special job.
He goes to work every day in a uniform.
He goes to work every day in a uniform.
He knows how to salute.
He knows how to salute.
My daddy is in the military.
My daddy is in the military.
He keeps people in the world safe.
He keeps people in the world safe.
Daddy and I do lots of fun things together.
Daddy and I do lots of fun things together.
We can spend a whole day building towns out of blocks.
We can spend the whole day building towns out of blocks.
We even play instruments together.
We even play instruments together.
Daddy plays the drums, and I play the cymbals.
Daddy plays the drums, and I play the cymbals.
Mommy calls us her rock stars.
Mommy calls us her rock stars.
But what I look forward to every day are the stories Daddy tells me at bedtime.
But what did I look forward to every day and are the stories Daddy tells me at bedtime.
They always end with a great big hug good night.
They always end with a great big hug. Good night.
Good night, my little treasure, Daddy will say.
Good night, my little treasure, Daddy will say.
Good night, Daddy, I say as I wrap my arms around him.
Good night, Daddy, I say as I wrap my arms around him.
One morning, I came downstairs and saw Mommy and Daddy talking at the kitchen table.
One morning, I came downstairs and saw Mommy and Daddy talking at the kitchen table.
Daddy was holding Mommy's hand.
Daddy was holding Mommy's hand.
Mommy saw me standing in the doorway.
Mommy saw me standing in the doorway.
She smiled at me, but her smile was missing its sunshine.
She smiled at me, but her smile was missing in its sunshine.
Good morning, my little treasure,
Good morning, my little treasure,
Daddy said.
Daddy said.
Hop up on my lap so Mommy and I can talk to you about something.
Hop up on my lap so Mommy and I can talk to you about something.
Okay, Daddy, I said, and I snuggled up next to his chest.
Okay, Daddy, I said, and I snuggled up next to his chest.
You know that Daddy has a very important job, Mommy said.
You know that Daddy has a very important job, Mommy said.
I nodded. He helps keep people safe, I said.
I nodded. He helps keep people safe, I said.
That's right, Daddy said.
You're right,
I work
Daddy said.
every day to help keep people safe.
I work every day to help keep people safe.
Sometimes that means I need to help people who live far away from us.
Sometimes that means I need to help people who live far away from us.
He paused.
He paused.
When I do that, I have to leave you and Mommy for a while.
When I do that, I have to leave you and Mommy for a while. I look at Mommy and then at Daddy. Are you going away? I asked. Daddy nodded. and I snuggled deeper into his chest. Daddy, how long is a while? In order to really help, he said, I have to be gone for about a year.
After Daddy said this, I couldn't hear anything
After Daddy said this, I couldn't hear anything
but the tick-tock of the
tick-tock of the
clock on the wall.
on the wall.
Then I felt tears start to roll down my cheeks.
cheeks.
But if you are gone that long,
But if you are gone that long,
I said, won't you forget me?
will you forget me?
Mommy put her hand on my back, and
Mommy put her hand on my back.
Daddy pulled her and me into a big hug.
And Daddy pulled her and me into a big hug.
No, honey,
No,
Mommy said.
Mommy
Daddy
said,
could never forget you.
Daddy could never forget you.
Saying goodbye.
Saying goodbye.
The day Daddy had to leave, Mommy gave him a
Mommy gave him
big kiss.
a big kiss.
Daddy gave me a big hug
Daddy gave me a big hug
and asked me to be good.
and asked me to be good.
I love you, my little treasure, he said. Mommy and I held hands
And I held hands
as we waved goodbye
as we waved goodbye
to him.
to him.
Daddy waved back,
Daddy was back,
and then he was
and
gone.
He was gone.
When Mommy and I got home,
When Mommy and I got home,
the house seemed really quiet and empty.
the house seemed really quiet and empty.
I sat down on the couch.
I sat down on the couch.
Mommy sat next to me.
Mommy sat next
We
to
both
me.
started to cry.
We both started to cry.
I am proud of my daddy.
I am proud of my daddy.
I am glad he helps people.
I am glad he helps people.
But I didn't want him to go away.
But I didn't want him to go away.
It's okay to be sad, Mommy said.
It's okay to be sad, Mommy said.
I'm sad too.
I said
We are
too.
both proud of Daddy.
We are both proud of Daddy.
But sometimes we will need to cry. And
But sometimes we will need to cry. But sometimes
when Mommy and I got home, the house seemed really quiet and empty. I sat down on the couch. Mommy sat next to me. We both started to cry. I am proud of my daddy. I am glad he helps people. But I didn't want him to go away. It's okay to be sad, Mommy said. I'm sad too. We are both proud of Daddy, but sometimes we will need to cry, and that's okay.
But sometimes we will need to cry, and that's okay.
I'm going to miss Daddy a lot, I said to her.
I'm going to
Mommy
miss Dad a lot, I said to her.
Looked at me and wiped the tears
Mommy looked at me and wiped 2 tears
from my face.
from my face.
She got up from the couch,
She got up from the couch,
walked over to the closet,
walked over to the closet,
and pulled out a large basket.
and pulled out a large basket. Remember, she said, every time we want to share something with Dad, we will write it down, draw a picture, or even make something. Then we will put in this basket, and at the end of the week will send everything in a box to Daddy. That's way he will know what we're doing here while he's away.
Over the next few days, I filled the basket with
Over the next few days, I filled the basket with
lots of things. A picture of me, a letter, a drawing I made. All of these things were important for me to share.
All of these things are important for me to share.
But I still felt like there was something missing from.
But I still felt like there was something missing from
the basket.
the basket.
At bedtime, Mommy tucked me into bed. She read me a story. She gave me a big hug goodnight. That's when I knew what was missing. Mommy, I said, Daddy and I used to read stories at bedtime. We used to give each other a big hug goodnight. Who reads stories to Daddy now? Who gives him his bedtime hug?
Who gives him his bedtime now?
Mommy gave me another hug. I wish I could send him a good night hug, I said. Hugs for Daddy. The next morning when I woke up, I saw a big piece of paper on the kitchen floor. I saw markers and crayons. I know how you can send a hug to Daddy, Mommy said. If you lie on this piece of paper, I can make a tracing of your body. We will cut it out, and you can decorate it to look like you. If we send this to Daddy, he can wrap the arms around himself each night. It will be as if you are giving him a hug goodnight. I lay down, and Mommy traced around me with a marker. I filled in all the white space to make it look like me. I folded it neatly and placed it in the box with the other items to send to Daddy. 2 weeks later, we got a letter back from Daddy. Most of the letter was written to Mommy. But at the end of the letter, there was a special note just for me. Hannah, thank you for the hug. I look forward to it every night. I miss you too. I love you, my little treasure. Daddy.